So I don't know how many of you have heard of a man by the name of Smedley Butler, but I'm just going to briefly explain who he was. Um, he was a Major General in the Marine Corps, and he's perhaps the most highly decorated Marine of all time. He fought a very distinguished service in several wars. Um, so he was a very loyal and obedient and patriotic soldier. And that's putting it very mildly. Being the most decorated Major General in the Marines, that's no small accomplishment. So when Franklin Delano Roosevelt was putting together the New Deal, including Social Security, FDIC, and regulating banks, and a lot of the things he instituted to undo the damage of the Great Depression, or to try and bring employment back, the wealthy families on Wall Street didn't like that at all. So they approached Smedley Butler with this idea that he would lead a group of perhaps 20 to 30,000 veterans in a military coup against the government, and they would take over Washington, D.C. and basically take over the presidency, and they would bring the New Deal to an abrupt halt. Okay, that was their plan. Well, Smedley Butler did not follow through with these wishes. He refused. In fact, he blew the whistle on them, and there were congressional hearings where they listened at length to him explain the plot. It was called the business plot because a lot of Wall Street firms were involved, and very powerful and wealthy families associated with Wall Street. So he went on later to write a book called War is a Racket, wherein he described a lot of the conflicts he was in as being there to protect U.S. business interests, not to promote freedom or democracy, but basically to suppress any claim any government might have to resources that were being claimed by U.S. businesses, particularly in Central America. And the U.S. has got a long history of the military being used as an arm of Wall Street to secure resources for foreign business interests. So anyways, if this whole idea of Republicans being treasonous, this is not something new. This is something Republicans have been doing for a long, long time. They don't care whether or not it helps or hurts the country. They don't care about the country. In fact, I'm sure they'd be just as happy seeing it destroyed because it means eliminating the competition. They want to create as much disparity of wealth as possible, and what better way than to destroy the economy behind them, okay? So they're treasonous, and they've got a long history of it. You don't see much of it in the history books, but the most powerful Republicans are sabotaging, have been sabotaging the U.S. government for a long, long time. So that's all I got to say for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.